Hey, it's Matt the Guitar Guy here, crazy Kiwi guitar player, here to drop some information on you. And today I'm going to be talking about something just a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about modes. Okay, so welcome back, guys. And if you're out there and if you're anything like me, when I was young, I used to hear about these things called modes. Okay, I'm just going to be talking. I'm not going to be showing you some stuff because I've got some information to drop on you about modes. Now, I found this to be the thing that people would say to me that would freak me out. Other guitar players would talk about modes, or I'd read about guitar players talking about modes. And it was never really from the really amazing guitar players talking about modes. It was usually about people that wanted to kind of sound clever. And I was like, oh, I'm talking about modes. And it's kind of this highbrow, push the glasses up the nose. Oh, did you use the Dorian mode, blah, blah, blah. Or the Mixolydian mode was definitely the... They didn't always have that voice, but that's how I kind of hear it. And it sounds kind of snobby, but a lot of guitar players that like to sound superior will talk about modes. Now, I'm not talking about guys out there that are trying to teach you about modes. That's very different. But people get on this really strange thing where they want to sound highbrow. It used to happen to me in school when I was, because I didn't know any theory and I just knew how to play guitar really well. And I would turn up at the music, where the music area was in my high school in Christchurch. And Riccarton High School, if there's any Riccarton High guys out there or girls, shout out to my Riccarton High people. But I used to go along at lunchtime and play guitar because what else is there to do, right? So I'd be there and there'd be other musicians, well, other people that would be more classically trained, and they would just look down their nose at me like, ugh, they thought they were better than me. You could see it in their eyes, you really could. And I'm just like, what? But they would always mention little things about theory or little things about, they'd just mention triads or something like that, and I'd be like, oh wow, I don't know what that is. I thought that sounds like an alien creature. Now, modes to me are the same thing. Guys throw this stuff around and they try to sound amazing about modes. They try to, they talk this language and it's deep in theory and I just find it really annoying. I've never ever had anyone talk to me like that after a gig or if I've ever played. Usually they watch me play and they go, well, he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to try and talk down to him. Sometimes they will, very rarely. Now, I know what modes are. And I know what triads are, and I know what a lot of this theory is. It's just ways of describing music. Now, music is music. Modes are very, very simple when you understand them, but they can be explained in such ways that make us really confused. And I would say that most people out there, if you're out there worrying about the fact that you don't really understand modes, you don't need to worry because it's not that big a deal. And you probably don't even need to know about modes. The reality is, unless you're a jazz guitar player, now jazz guitar players use modes incredibly well. Most music styles don't really go into modes too much. If you know what major and minor are, well, they're two modes. Major is Ionian, I got that right, and minor is Aeolian. So there's two, you can already, if you're out there listening, go, what the hell did he just say? Aeolians? There's an alien mode and there's an iron mode. No, so Ionian and Aeolian. Anyway, there's Phrygian, there's Lydian, there's Mixolydian, there's Locrian, there's all these other cool sounding modes. There's about 7, I think. But Phrygian, did I say Phrygian? And really, most music you hear will be based on those main two, which is Aeolian and Ionian. Major, minor. Simple. Now there's another 4 or 5, I think 5, and those come up occasionally in music that you probably listen to. I'd say very rarely. And maybe Dorian you'd hear a bit of when you hear some stuff in Dorian. If you hear the Doors and you hear the guitar player play on the Doors, he plays a lot in Dorian. Carlos Santana plays some Dorian stuff. And it's not a big deal. It's just a slight note change. It's a slight color change. It's like a different shade of another color. So that's how I think of it. Now, if you're out there wanting to know what modes are right now, I'm really disappointing you. But I'm just letting you know, you probably don't need to worry about it too much. Unless you're a very, very high-level guitar player that wants to play leads, like a lot of kind of more interesting guitar solos than what you're already playing. Just maybe wanting to find another color to add to your solos. that's an amazing way to start, is just add one mode, a new mode into your playing, and finding what chords you can put that against and things like that. I use modes. I don't think of them when I'm doing them. I just hear colors when I'm playing and I play them. If I was to analyze it, I'd be like, oh, I was playing Mixolydian at that point. Maybe, you know, but it's not something you need to think about or worry about. So I'm just trying to tell you, chill out. You don't need to know about modes unless you're a high level dude that's looking to really up their game, or maybe write something. You're a songwriter that wants to write in a really interesting sound that's not your typical sound. It's a bit different. There'll be people out there right now pulling their hair out going, what is he saying? What do you mean? Don't ever tell anyone not to worry about modes. Seriously, when you're ready for modes, they'll turn up and you'll want to find out all about them then. In the meantime, don't worry your little head about it. It's not worth worrying about. Just get really amazing at what you're doing. You're doing fine, I'm sure. If anyone tries to talk down at you, just laugh, because that's just how pathetic they are, that they need to put you in your little place because you don't know what modes are. That's ridiculous. Just become the most amazing guitar player so that just becomes undeniable. Anyway, I hope that helps out there, because I do actually get this question, amazingly common question I get from people I'm learning with, because there's so many questions to ask in music. But anyway, great to see you guys. If you guys want to listen with me, if you want to know more about modes, I think you should probably just come hit me up and we can start you up on a new mode and add that into your playing if that sounds like you. Maybe not. But if you maybe want some diagnosis, you want some help in something, anything out there, guys, I'm here to help. I love helping people. I love human beings, and I love them to be better off than when I left them. Hopefully that makes sense. Go to my Facebook page, click on the book now button. You can see my schedule and you can book a time with me, and we can hook up a time for you and me to get to know each other. I can't wait to meet you. Hopefully that's the case. We'll catch you later. Mark the Guitar Guy signing off. Peace.